Now, I want to show you now this report filed by our colleagues in different parts of the country, which shows how there is a reverse vaccine migration taking place. Now, you've heard of migration from the villages to the cities, but what's happening in this case is because there are such few slots available in the 18 to 45 category, especially for people to get vaccinated in the cities, many of them are finding slots in villages, driving from the big towns to these small villages and getting vaccinated, which is actually allocated to the village population. But rather than the village population taking it, you've got these city slickers coming and taking these vaccine doses. Also because of the fact that in the villages, people aren't very excited about getting vaccinated, or at least in several villages, that seems to be the case. Take a look at this report.
A chaotic rush. Tech-savvy folks are turning to villages and small towns to get their jabs. This when the country is missing the target by a mile because of shortages. In around 115 days since the vaccination drive began, barely 11% have been covered with the double dose so far. That's against the goal of inoculating 30 crore priority groups by July. And in this desperation, internet access becomes a matter of life or death. With facilities in cities overrunning, these people secured their vaccination slots in villages and drove in for the injections to major cities of Maharashtra and Gujarat.
हमारा पालघर जिले से ज़्यादा मुंबई से, गुजरात से लोग आ रहे हैं। इसकी वजह से हमारे जिले में से जो है राइवल एरिया है, दुर्गम क्षेत्र है, बहुत सारे इधर नेट का प्रॉब्लम है, तो हमारे जिले इधर के युवकों को लसीकरण से नहीं मिल रहा है। इसलिए हम लोग खुद इधर जो बाहर के गुजरात के और बम्बई से आए थे, उनको हम लोग ने उसने देखा।
In Karnataka, Bangaloreans have headed to a small town 70 kilometers away to get vaccinated. The locals, meantime, are sent back because the bookings are over for the day.
ಗುಡಿಬಂಡೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ಗೆ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಬಂದಿರೋದು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಜನ, ಓನ್ಲಿ 4-5 ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರಂತೆ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಂದ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ಥರ ಆದರೆ ಇದು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆನೂ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸೇರಲಿ ಅಂತ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು. ಇವಾಗಲೇ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ ಶಾರ್ಟೇಜ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. ನಿನ್ನೆ 3.5 ಲಕ್ಷ ವ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿನ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ.
The government has yet to act on the burden vaccine centers in rural areas are facing.
See, basically, once the first come first serve basis, the whoever is reserved or booked it on online, the first come first basis whoever is registered online, they get the priority.
Official data shows that about 600 million in India are connected to the internet. That means the other half of the country's population lacks online access. 55 crore Indians are between the ages of 18 to 45, and they too now can get a shot at life by getting a dose against COVID-19. But there are no walk-in vaccinations that are being allowed right now. You have to go through this route, which is registering yourself and booking a slot online. Well, let me try and do it. I have access to cowin.gov.in. I live in urban India, and I have already registered myself. But let me try and schedule a jab for myself. If I do a search using the PIN code of the national capital, look at what I find. In the plus 18 category, to which I am a part of, there are no jabs available. Whatever jabs are there are for those above the age of 45. Remember, I mentioned no walk-in vaccinations for my age category is allowed. Let me try and check out some doses for the Noida area of the National Capital Region, and let's see whether there are any slots available for me here. Absolutely not. It is booked up until the 15th of May, as is clear. So no slots available, and the only way I can get a shot against COVID-19 is by registering myself. Now think about those people who do not have access to COVID and who do not have the know-how as to how to use COVID to book a slot for themselves. People outside urban India. A vaccine migration spurred by a yawning digital divide.
A vaccination program should be equitable and decentralized, drawing on the strength of our local self-government institutions. The program should not discriminate between people based on their technical or language skill, or on their financial background.
Awareness issues, digital exclusion and urban influx. The country's vast rural population faces the risk of being out of luck in getting the COVID shots, at least for now. With Nagarjun Dwarkanath in Bengaluru and Pankaj Upadhyay in Mumbai, Sneha Mordani in Delhi for India Today.